Hey, fellas.
Fellas.
Welcome back. It's the Fellas Show.
Oh, it's a beautiful Wednesday. Sports are almost starting to kind of come back this week.
Sorta.
Dude, it's been a
What a
grind.
week, though. How are you gonna not have any sports for the whole
And then, dude,
week?
the problem is they went from like all the sports
all the
in our
sports.
mouth, in our face every day, just like jamming it down our throat. Just take all these sports, and then all of a sudden the next day I was like, hey, by the way, we're not having sports for a couple weeks. Like, we got fucking Euros and golf and baseball and
Stanley
basketball
Cup.
and hockey
Oh.
and all this shit. Wimbledon.
Oh,
All this shit. WNBA.
Oh.
All-Stars.
the Olympics, bro.
Olympics. And then they're like, oh, by the way, before all this shit starts, we're just going to shut it all off.
Yeah, are you excited?
Motherfuckers.
You better know.
You know, even for not a good sports week, we have quite a bit to talk about today.
I
The sports
agree.
are semi-back tonight. Semi-back.
Yes, we have.
Tomorrow they take a little dip again, and then
Ah.
Friday we are back in fucking action. Friday's the day we're back in action. What happened last night? The All-Star game happened last night. Let's see. What was our predictions? Ohtani to get destroyed. He did not. He went 1-2-3, of course, because
He
he's
looked
Ohtani, He's a
magical.
robot. He only pitched for one inning. I'm sure if he would have gotten a couple more, he probably would have been pretty tired. But that's not the point. He's still insane.
Yeah.
He's incredible. He did ground out twice. Let's see. Our other prediction was Tatis to hit a home run. He absolutely clobbered the first one. Was pissed because he was about 10
It's
feet
that
short.
close.
And he was like, "Damn it!" Like they even had him mic'd up for it too. And he's like, "I really thought I had that one." Goes out there again, hits the identical ball into right field, 10 feet short of a home run. And he's still mic'd up, and you can hear him cussing. And he's like, "Jesus, are you kidding me?" He gets back to the dugout, and he's still mic'd up, and he's like talking about so funny. But yeah, missed both of them short by about 10 feet. And then the American League pulled out the upset yesterday. They beat National League 5-2.
What's that? Eight in a row, they say?
I think that's 8 in a row.
Sheesh.
I think that's a record for the most too, or tied for the record maybe, for the most wins by one conference. Yeah, I definitely thought the National League would win that. I thought they had the better lineup. And then Vladimir Guerrero gets MVP, which does not surprise me. That kid's a beast, like absolutely. Vlad is nuts. That ball he hit literally came off the bat, and everyone in that stadium knew it was just
It's out of there.
be a mile. Yeah, that thing was gone. But yeah, good All-Star break.
Brief little
the home run
injection
derby
of
was
sport.
awesome.
Yeah,
The home run
that
derby
was
was
sick.
awesome. The players made that. Like I said, the broadcast was subpar, but players made that so cool, so much fun. A home run derby. Not gonna lie, I really like Shohei Ohtani. I'm a big fan of him. I think what he's doing is incredible. But last night got a little monotonous with Shohei Ohtani. I'm not gonna lie. Watching the All-Star game, they went up to Xander Bogaerts, and at the end of the show, we should pull this clip because it's kind of crazy. Before the game starts, they go up to Xander Bogaerts, All-Star himself, Boston Red Sox, great player, unbelievably good player. They go up to him, they ask him a question about the All-Star game. Their second and last question to him in an interview for his All-Star game is, how do you feel being Shohei Ohtani's teammate? And it's like, really?
Oh, that's
He's
teeing
an
him
all
up.
like he's
Yeah.
an all-star. Like, why are you asking about a different all-star when he's an all-star too? And I get it. We're seeing something we haven't seen in Ohtani, and it's really cool and really exciting. But like, hey, don't be disrespectful to the other guys there.
Right.
That guy, he's an all-star too. He's there for a reason. I thought it was really an odd question and not very fair. And it seemed like everyone kept bringing it up, like, oh, how does it feel playing with Ohtani? He's like, oh, it feels great, but it also feels pretty cool being an all-star myself. Thanks for asking me. Like, why don't we give some credit to some other people too? I don't know. It just seemed very repetitive last night. All they wanted to talk about was Ohtani.
Yeah,
which I get it. I mean, he's in the mainstream now too. Like, everyone knows who Shohei Ohtani is. But yeah, it got a little tiring. I'm ready to go back to not hearing about Ohtani every single day.
Yeah, let's just watch him. We all know what's going on.
Yeah, but no, he absolutely deserves all the publicity he's getting. So at the same time, you can't be
Yeah,
that
you
mad
can't
about
be
it because
mad.
like
It's just
what he's doing is incredible.
it's just like think of something maybe new to ask or say.
Yeah, or just ask
besides, like,
Xander Bogaerts about Xander Bogaerts. Maybe don't ask him about Shohei Ohtani.
Yeah, that too. Just find like
Considering they
another.
just the worst part is too, they just had like a 4-game series before that where Ohtani ripped apart the Boston Red Sox, and now they're asking Xander Bogaerts how it feels to be his teammate. I'd be like, well, the fucker just beat us like 3 times in a row, so I don't really like being his teammate. But yeah,
Weird.
All-Star game last night. Home run derby before. Now we finally get baseball back. I think the first game's on tomorrow, and then Friday we get like every single MLB team back, which I'll be very excited for.
That's a bit. Yeah, Friday's a huge.
Friday will be a huge day. As for tonight, lots of basketball tonight. Lots and lots of basketball tonight. We have game 4 of Suns versus Bucks. We're still in Milwaukee. We'll get to that game later. But on the other side of basketball, during our WNBA break, we actually have Team WNBA versus Team USA for the first time in the WNBA. And this is really interesting. I'm actually very excited to watch this.
Yeah. So, what's going on here?
So basically,
who are these guys?
Team USA is playing basically what I see as an exhibition match against the Team WNBA, which is basically all the All-Stars that didn't make Team USA, as far as I can tell, or are from a different country in general. So
just for one reason or another, not on.
Yeah. Okay. Team USA roster, which was picked by coaches and players, I believe. Team USA roster absolutely stacked beyond belief, crazy. Ariel Atkins, Sue Bird, Tina Charles, Nafisa Collier. I'm not sure if I said that one right. Skylar, she plays for the Lynx. Skylar Smith, Sylvia Fowles, Chelsea Gray, Brittany Griner, Jewel Lloyd, Brianna Stewart, Diana Taurasi, and Asia Wilson.
Sabrina didn't get the nod.
Sabrina didn't get the nod in this one or Team WNBA, which kind of surprised me because and then the WNBA All-Stars, it says here, the WNBA All-Stars were selected through a combination of fan, player, media, and coach voting to determine the final 12 players named through the roster. Fans received 50% of the vote, while the other 50% was broken up equally between players and media. The top 36 vote getters from that process who were not already selected to play for Team USA in the Olympics were then given to the league's head coaches who determined the finalized roster. Coaches were not allowed to vote for players from their own team and had to choose 5 front court players, 3 guards, and 4 additional players at any position. Now the WNBA All-Stars. So you'd think that, the Olympic team going against the WNBA All-Stars would probably be a bit of a talent difference. You'd think that the Team USA would probably have the upper hand. However, I don't know about this one. You definitely have the most dominant names in the WNBA on the Team USA roster.
Right.
But the NBA All-Stars have a hell of a roster. Sorry if I get a couple of these wrong. DeWanna Bonner, Connecticut Sun, Liz Cambage, Kaylee Cooper, Derica Hamby, Las Vegas Aces. And then we start getting into some crazy names. Derica Hamby. Also Aces. But then Brianna Jones, Jonquel Jones. Wait, hang on. I know how to say her name. Banaja Laney from the New York Liberty. Arike Ogunbowale, who's a baller.
Yeah.
Candace Parker, also a baller.
Oh, yeah.
Satu Sably from the Dallas Wings. I'm pretty sure I have that name right. Courtney Vandersloot, who is insane for the Chicago Sky, and Courtney Williams. Good morning, Seth. Absolutely stacked roster. Both of these rosters are stacked. And what I don't understand is why didn't the NBA do something like this? Why didn't we have Team USA go against the NBA All-Stars? This seems like a great idea. Get them a little bit of practice before they go to the Olympics, which they desperately need. This is probably one of the best teams that they'll face at the Olympics. Like this combination of a roster is probably one of the most talented. Like the WNBA All-Stars could be their own Olympic team and damn near make gold. Extremely stacked. This should be a great game tonight. I'm actually really excited to watch because I truly don't think Team USA is going to dominate them at all. I think this is
Yeah.
actually. I almost put my money on the WNBA All Stars on this one, just because they have some really young, good players.
Yeah.
Brianna and Jonquel being together, crazy. Benaja Laney, crazy good player. Rika Ogumbale, Candace, but like, they're really good names. So yeah, I'm excited to watch tonight. I think it'll be cool. I think this is a really good idea too. I'm surprised the NBA doesn't do something like this where
The only thing I can think of with the NBA that's even similar is the Rising Stars game.
Yeah.
Where
I would agree.
Team USA, Team World. That's interesting. It's like
it's kind of
so
like a tune-up game for Team USA, but at the same time, like we get to watch. We get to watch a lot of good players tonight.
Because basically, you pull out, let's assume, the 12 best American players.
Yep.
And then you're left with like whoever's international at the top, and then just gets filled in, I guess, by who didn't make the cut. And that's still. If you did that in the NBA, I mean, how does like a typical roster compared to the NBA? Because nowadays in the NBA, there's so many international players. So that like a similar.
I think there's slightly less internet, and I could be spinning shit out of my ass right now.
I feel like
I'm pretty sure there's slightly less
it's a little
international.
Bit less.
Yeah, in the WNBA, but I mean, if you're international in the WNBA, you're there for a reason, kind of thing.
Right.
Like,
right.
You are damn good, kind of thing. But yeah, like I'm just again like Rika Ogumbale, like she probably could have made the Team USA roster with the season she's been having. And like, don't get me wrong, Team USA roster is stacked beyond belief. Like you have dominant players in the WNBA for the past 8 years on this list. But I do think it's gonna be close.
I mean, I'm just looking because this would be. Oh, now you got me thinking of how cool this would be in the NBA. Because I'm looking. Just at the All-Star, how many guys wouldn't be on the USA team for the All-Star? Giannis, Jokic,
Joel.
Doncic, Gobert, Sabonis. That's just on Team LeBron. And then wow, okay, so Team LeBron actually had almost all of them. And then
would be your
Nikola
team
Vucevic.
Who would be your Team World starting five or / just not Team USA? Like if you took the 12 players that would probably go to the US Olympics.
But it's hard because the NBA has so many guys that aren't going to the Olympics for one. Like if I'm going guys who aren't going to, I'm only going international because if you go not at the Olympics, you can be like, okay, I pick LeBron, Kawhi.
Yeah, but I'm saying like if the NBA took the top 12 American players, like just the straight up, no matter what,
right?
And then you had the international and then the next tier of basketball players. Who are you picking on that team? I have Joel Embiid at my center. Absolutely.
You don't put Jokic there?
No, I put Joel Embiid.
That's fair. I think you can do either, and it's gonna be.
But I mean,
they're the best two centers in the league.
Yeah, I'm sure
they're 1 and 2. So whoever you have in USA, they're better than them because they're the first and second best centers in the league, whatever order you want to put them. Giannis is obviously gonna be your forward.
Yep. Who's your small forward?
That's a good question. I know Sabonis plays power forward, but I want to slide him there, but I don't know if that would work. I know guard you have to have Luka. And probably. Oh, that's tough. This is
Al Horford at small forward.
Dude, what? No.
I literally looked up best international small forwards. Giannis, Al Horford are the only two names that pop up.
So you could play Giannis at small forward and Sabonis at power forward.
Yeah.
And then I just need a point guard.
Luka and Ben?
Yeah, I guess you could.
Ugh, I wouldn't do it though. I wouldn't put him in there.
But you could.
Wait, who else would you put at point guard though?
Oh, you could put like maybe Dragic or.
Oh. It seems odd to put him in a.
I know. I'm thinking. I feel like I'm missing like a.
Okay, hang on. Here, I'll look up ranking and updating top 10 international players at guard today. When was this written? Oh, this is back last year. I don't want this. I can't really find anything that says Luka, Jokic, and Wow. Okay, well,
I'm gonna
1, 2, 3,
say
4 goes.
Kyrie if he's claiming his Australian citizenship.
Oh,
even though he's played
Shea,
for Team USA.
Shea.
Oh, SGA.
Yeah, SGA. He's from Canada. I didn't even know that.
Oh, me neither. Interesting. All right, yeah, I'll take him.
I would take Shea.
I don't know. I kind of want. I would take Dragic over him.
Would you?
I think so.
I also forgot about Pascal Siakam.
Where are you gonna put him on that roster?
I think I'd either put Ben or Shea as my point guard. I might give it to Ben.
Yeah, Pascal can play off the bench, but he's not getting in that starting five. Come on now.
Okay, there's a lot of international players that I didn't know were international.
I know, you learn it more and more every day. It's like
Clint Capella's from Switzerland.
Oh wow, I did not. I would not.
DeAndre Ayton's from the Bahamas.
I knew he was in. I did not know that
Jamal
Clint
Murray's
Capella
from
was
fucking Canada. Jamal Murray's from Canada. I didn't know that.
Oh. He could get in there.
Vucevic is from Switzerland too. Why is Switzerland not in the Olympics?
I don't know.
Yeah, Clint Capella, Vucevic. Like what the hell? I don't know. Shea was from Canada.
No.
Pascal Siakam's from Cameroon.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, Serbia. Who else? Who else is on this list? Steven Adams from New Zealand?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that.
They love him.
I knew he was international. I didn't know it was from New Zealand.
Dude, he's like always the best-selling jersey in Australia.
Serge Ibaka's from Congo.
Yeah. Serge is I love Serge Ibaka.
Dennis Schroeder's from Germany.
Yeah.
Buddy Hield is from the Bahamas?
I did not know that one either.
I thought he was U.S. Interesting. There's a WNBA All-Star from the Bahamas as well, and it is I forget. It might be Benaja. It might be Benaja. By the way, but the Lainey from New York Liberty, I found out that her name is pronounced Benaja, not Betnija, not Brittany, not anything else. I'm pretty sure I haven't even heard the announcers call her name right.
No.
No, because I've watched New York Liberty games and I've never heard Benaja get said. I've never heard that. Yeah. There's some hard names in there, though. What else do we have to talk about? Game 4 tonight.
Yes.
What do you got? What are you thinking? Yeah, me too. That's exactly how I was feeling too.
You know, it's
Bucks getting 4.5. It's 62%.
That's the worst.
What's the money line? 69%. Nice on the Bucks at minus 182.
Oh, really?
Phoenix getting plus 150 on the money line today. Over under set at 220.
All right, well, you know me. Well, this screams Suns money line in my sad little ears, in my degenerate, bad at betting little ears.
I would think so too.
But come on. Dude,
the series is so unpredictable.
Yeah, I know. And you know what?
Good for anyone who has this nailed down.
It's the finals, dude. I'm not taking 4.5 in the finals. Give me Suns money line.
Yeah, I'm not taking points in the finals anymore. Screw that. Most of these games are fucking blowouts anyways.
At this point, I'm taking... I think I take the Suns tonight because I was thinking the Suns would win tonight. I think that they're fired up after they don't want to lose. They do not like losing.
What if you do a double bet of Milwaukee like -7 and Suns money line?
Then the Bucks will win by 4 or something.
No.
Probably.
I'd be pissed.
Wherever you find that nice sweet spot, that's exactly where the game will end.
I feel like that.
Well, as long as you do that, then we all know what's going on. Then if you say, all right, we're doing that, then everyone okay, we'll bet on Suns
I feel like
plus
it's
5.
not that far fetched.
No, not at all. I mean, yeah,
Because I feel like
generally
with every single
these
game's
games
been a
have been
blowout.
going.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And now this will be the one where it's like a last second buzzer beater goes off.
The problem with the first two, although they were blowouts in terms of like we knew the Suns were winning the first two the entire game.
Yeah.
The scores didn't come down to it's a 10-point game. Lucky 3 makes it a 7-point game, and then boop boop, there goes everything.
Yeah.
I think this is this is an annoying game. I think I lean Suns money line because I still think they're the better team, and if you get the money line at plus odds, especially nice plus odds like 150, I can't say no.
I'm gonna see what kind of shenanigans I can work up in my sports book here. All right, well, this one's giving me Suns money line at plus 160, so that's nice. So 160. What's 160 for minus on the Bucks? It is. Spread, thank you. Milwaukee Bucks minus. Ooh, that's a lot. You can get my Bucks minus 7.5, minus 7 at plus 130, but that is no longer worth it. Damn it! I was hoping to really scheme something up there.
This is almost exactly how the Clippers series went. Suns took the first two, Clippers took the first one they had at home, game 3, and then this in a bit of a stomp. The first two scores are closer than the actual game. Suns won them both. The third one, home team stomps the Suns. Fourth one, Suns won it. And then in the LA series, I mean, we all know what happened. But Suns in 4 against the Nugs.
Yeah.
Lakers, they did drop 2 to them, and then they came back and won the last 3.
I was gonna say they dropped one at home and dropped one on the road.
Yeah. So
they were down 2-1 at one point.
Yep, they won the first game, dropped in 2 and 3, and then won the next 3. So they, and every game after a loss in the Clippers series, they won on the next game, and they won every game in the Nuggets. They don't mind winning on the road when they have to. They don't mind it. I think taking anything besides Suns money line is overthinking it, and it could be wrong because it's sports betting, but I'm not gonna talk myself out of it because I think it makes the most sense.
Yeah, if I got 2 bets tonight, I'm taking Suns money line and Bucks minus.
Or should I just take the points, Eric? Should I learn my lesson?
Don't take the points. Not tonight. This series is not worth taking the points. It's really not. It's only 4.5 too. Like, if you really expect a 4-point game and a buzzer beater, then go for it. But even if that game's close, even if it's a 2-point game and with a minute left, that still could end up being a 6-point win because of fouls and stuff.
True.
Especially the way that Giannis shoots his free throws. I can't stay away from the Bucks first quarter. Hey,
that's
Bucks first quarter tonight. I'm down with it.
Yeah, I've heard the hype. I've believed the hype. I've seen it with my own eyes.
It missed the last game too, so it's probably gonna hit this game.
All right, let's see. I think the Suns have only played. Wow, they've only played 2 playoff games that have come within 5 points this entire playoffs. So, yeah, you're probably right. Not worth taking the points there. Both against the both against the Clippers.
I'm taking Suns minus 5. Fuck it.
Now, I don't know about that one.
I can't. Anyway. Got him on that Yurfie and Nerfie yesterday. Sometimes there's a sweet spot thanks to the DK boost. I saw that. DraftKings had a boost on the either Yurfie or Nerfie, so you could get a Nerfie for like plus 110 and a Yurfie for plus 100. Stephanie double dipped.
Oh hell yeah! Put the mortgage on that.
Yeah, right. I'll take that little extra plus 1 or plus 10 if it hits.
I always think like, oh, dude, if I just had like $10,000 and I put it on something
like
that,
$1 million,
and then I was sitting there like, oh yeah, but I have $83 in my DraftKings balance. Like, it is not. I'm not pulling those big long-term investments out of that.
Yeah, right.
Oh, speaking of some money talk, you wanted to, I know we're talking baseball or basketball, but I have a quick, and we were talking about Shohei
I mean,
earlier, some
I'm pretty
crazy
much done with
Shohei
basketball,
stuff.
so yeah.
We'll get back
Yeah.
into it later about the actual, because I want to get in some player props and stuff too. We can talk it,
Yeah, okay.
at least pretend we can talk about bets at 11 for like 5 minutes and then get back to doing whatever we do.
All of our bets for today, yeah.
Yeah. We'll go through every single one. But this is This is pretty cool. As we were talking about Shohei Ohtani, he's reached another level of popularity at this point. He's gone from like beginning of the year, no one really talked about him. Moving through the year, people who like baseball are like, all right, this guy's doing incredible things. Household name. Everybody knows him now, especially after the All-Star games, the All-Star week, just everything. This Japanese sports company called Zet, they have a little partnership with Shohei Ohtani. And they and just Japanese baseball interest in general has just skyrocketed.
Oh, I bet it's absolutely. I really wish I was in Japan right now to see all this stuff. Like, I really wish I would have been in Japan for last night's game and the home run derby.
Oh, that would be electric.
Apparently, Japan, it was really early in the morning for that home run derby, and apparently they were all awake watching. Like, every single person in Japan, sports fan, was watching.
So get this, dude. Get this. We're talking about your investments, bro. The shares in this company, Zet, a sports gear wholesaler, small company before this year, their shares rose in price 52% since Thursday. We're not talking in the last year. We're not talking in the last 6 months. Since Thursday. The markets, or their market capital has gone from 2.7 billion yen, which is $24.5 million, to 7.8 billion yen. It's basically tripled. It is tripled. Their market capital has tripled.
Just from
and their stock price has gone up 50% in less than a week because of Shohei freaking Ohtani.
That's so absurd.
You know, you want there's it just goes to show, man. There's a lot that goes on behind the scenes when someone does well.
And you need to understand, for us in the United States, it's not that big of a deal when we have an ultra superstar athlete like a LeBron and everything, even though LeBron gets a ton of attention. When there's a player from another country that comes over here to play, that person is an idol. Like, that person walks on fucking water in that country. And I think that people don't quite understand that, but like, Shohei Ohtani can do anything in Japan that he wants.
He's that guy.
He will have a massive support. He can do literally anything. I'm sure he'll never have to pay for anything in Japan for the rest of his damn life.
Nope. 100%. Dude's probably got some sandwich named after him there already, called the Shohei sub.
I'm sure there's so much. I'm sure every single person that walks around has an Ohtani jersey. But I was there when Naomi Osaka was in. Oh God, I'm gonna forget which tennis tournament that was. It was a big major, the one that she won, like 2-3 years ago, whatever it was. But I was in a bar that night in Japan, in Tokyo, Japan, and I can tell you, there was not one person that did not have their eyes on that screen, that was not intently following that match. I saw like 5-year-old kids that had no idea what tennis probably was or whatever, that was watching this thing intently. I saw a 70-year-old woman watching the TV, watching Naomi Osaka just because she's Japanese. Like, they idolize any athlete that is playing in the United States or professional anything.
It's the big time. I mean, you see guys.
I just can't even imagine what kind of persuasion he has over in Japan right now. Like, he touches anything in Japan, it'll be gold automatically.
Yeah, you have to it's especially with baseball, and you see it too. You know, I've been noticing a lot of links in baseball and basketball, but that's a discussion for another time in terms of like the international scene and the way it's like.
Oh.
it's interesting. I don't know, but when you look at like, nobody in Japan, maybe like two dudes in Japan are dreaming of going to the NFL, but like going to America, being in Major League Baseball is like imagine that thought from Japan and like just how big like how big of a different world that must seem.
It is. Yeah, it
All
really
you
is.
see is it on TV. It's like just another world out there.
Yeah.
And when
and
you
baseball
see,
is huge in Japan.
yeah,
too.
baseball is huge.
That's
in
why
Japan.
this is a huge, like Naomi Osaka. Trust me, already an idol there.
Yeah.
But for someone to do baseball and then be the best baseball
Mhm.
player in the U.S. from
That's the
there,
thing.
like, oh my god.
You look at
This is
how
unbelievable.
you look at how they treat like even guys who are like role players in the NBA and basketball who go back and play in Japan, China, wherever. In like the twilight of their career, you know how they go international for a bit, make some extra money.
Vince Carter did that.
Yeah,
In
the way they treat
China or whatever.
it's like when they see, they love it. It's awesome. It's like
That's so cool. I can't even imagine what ties Joel Embiid has to Cameroon and stuff like what.
oh
I'm sure
yeah,
he's in
oh my
every
god,
single major Cameroon
You look
African
at-
company out there. I'm sure Jokic is just rolling in money in what, Slovenia, Serbia, Slovenia.
Slovenia.
Which one is he?
Slovenia. I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say Serbia,
Jokic.
and I always forget, but I don't want
I
to.
know. I always get the two. Serbia. So that
Nah.
means Doncic is from Slovenia. Yes. Okay. I always get the two. Jokic is from Serbia. Doncic is from Slovenia. Got it. You look like your
I was
mind
because
is
this actually just
cranking.
reminded me. It's just what we're talking about here. I was just reading about. Actually, I was looking at an argument on Twitter about how Ben Simmons was like a bum for not playing on the Australian team, and people were like, "Oh, he's the Yank. We don't like him. He's not Australian anymore." All this stuff, and someone was like, "Oh yeah, well then why has he been like your number one jersey sale last 2 years?" And he's like, "Not this year. Like we're over him." And it was so the most popular jerseys in Australia was what I ended up finding, and it was a little bit interesting because it's your typical guys. LaMelo Ball's first, and I'm assuming that's just the hype of a young guy. I don't know. He never played in Australia or anything, right? I don't know what.
Played in Lithuania.
Yeah, but like he never
Or
did like
Latvia
a
or
stop,
whatever.
and he never stopped there,
Yeah.
right?
Wait, what's the U.S.'s biggest selling jersey?
Might be LaMelo.
I was gonna say if it's LaMelo, then it makes sense. But if it's not LaMelo, that makes no sense. U.S.
Oh, but while you're looking that up, so it's
Yeah.
like your typical top 10 starts with LaMelo, but then Steph, LeBron, KD, Russ, which is a weird one, Luca, Giannis, Trey, Steven
You would say-
Adams, and then Steven
Oh,
Adams
wow.
slips in at 9, and then Jaylen Brown. In New Zealand, it goes
Steven Adams.
Steven Adams, LaMelo Ball, KD, Russ.
So LaMelo is like
Steph.
an international. I wonder if that was because of his time in Lithuania or something. He got a ton of international attention that we just didn't know about. Because that's really odd that he's that far up. Because LaMelo Ball doesn't even top our top 15.
Really?
No, it goes. As of March 21st, our top 15 most popular NBA jerseys in the U.S. was LeBron, Luca, KD, Curry, and then Giannis to round it out.
Yeah, I'm
Followed
looking
by
at.
Kyrie, AD, Jason, James, Zion, Jimmy, Damian, Kawhi, Trey, Russell. Yeah,
Okay.
LaMelo's not even
Why
on that
is
list.
why is the Kemba Walker Celtics jersey so popular? He's not even there anymore.
Because it's sick. Because Kemba Walker is a sick name.
Yeah, the Celtics aren't. That's I want to see jersey sales by country. I want to see this. That's from 2020. Okay, Rui Hachimura leads NBA jersey sales in Japan.
Ooh.
So there you go. That's like, he's a good NBA player, but I don't think he's in the top 50 probably jersey sales in the United
Yeah,
States.
but guess how
Number
much
one in
money
Japan.
he's making because of that.
Yep. Oh, a ton. Oh, a ton. And how big of a fan base he probably has in Japan.
That's cool. I love the international guys and like what they do about it because I don't think I really understood it until I got a little bit older. Like these guys in their countries and stuff.
Well,
And then
plus
I really
it's at a level it's never been at, particularly in the NBA. For the MLB,
Yeah.
we've been at a some there's been a lot of guys from Asia, South America, everywhere for a long time. But for the NBA, we are at the absolute. We are on a crazy trajectory of the percentage of the league and percentage of all stars, like what we were just talking about. The percentage of really, really, really good players.
I just we're starting to become globalized. Like scouting's getting smarter, and there's not many. I feel like 30 years ago there was probably a lot of good international basketball players that just never.
Yeah, we never knew
No
about
one,
them.
no one ever knew because there just wasn't. Now I bet there's one kid that's 12 years old in some island in the middle of nowhere, and if he balls out,
In the
someone's
Bermuda
gonna text
Triangle.
someone.
Just on a
Somewhere,
basketball hoop
yeah.
on a rock.
Some
In the middle of the
random
ocean.
dude playing in the Bermuda Triangle. I'm sure if he balls out some game, someone sends a text, someone sends a video, and some scout gets a hold of it somehow, and that person will be discovered, which is really cool because like we're gonna have some really cool stories coming in the next decade from international players that just grew up with nothing and then ended up going to the WNBA, the NBA. Yeah. And I really didn't get a grasp of how important it was to those international countries with their athletes until I saw the Naomi Osaka one.
I mean, do you
That
know
was
like
incredible.
what happened with Embiid, like how he got started?
Weren't they scouting someone else?
Yeah, like so he was not a basketball player. He was just a big
A massive
dude.
human being.
And he was just there. He played volleyball and soccer. He was planning
Imagine him playing soccer.
he was gonna play professional volleyball. Imagine
I
him like that, and you go, all right, you got me this time.
I'm just gonna put it. Was that the pen cup?
No, that was a plate that collided
was a
with the
real
pen
cup?
cup.
Okay.
The plate and the pen cup, they got in an altercation.
Darn.
So
Yeah.
then he started playing basketball just for fun at 15.
Just for fun.
Yeah.
Shit pisses me off.
So then like he went to America to play basketball in high school for like the first time playing basketball, and
Did
he
he
almost
not see his family for like 3-4 years?
yeah, and he basically
So
he got kicked off the court. He got kicked out of practice on the first day because he had no idea what he was doing. Like every kid made fun of him. Oh my god, I remember he has this. You should read it. Anyone should read this. There's a Players Tribune article written by him that's just called. I think it's called like Story Time or My Story, something like that. And he just. And I remember the best thing in his. He was talking about how every kid on the team was like bullying him. He didn't know what he could do. He's just bad. He's bad. And he just goes, I was just thinking, come on, guys, let's trust the process here. And that made me smile. But yeah, dude, no, he played basketball for 3 months before he got
God.
dude from Cameroon playing America. You're in high school now. You're on a high school varsity basketball team now. Get with it. Get with it. You speak English? Get with it. Like it doesn't matter.
That is and here's my hot take for the day. That is the one thing I don't appreciate about the NBA is that some dude who has never played basketball before, because he's 7'1", 280 pounds, suddenly gets a chance to play in the professional league. Now I get it. He had to work his fucking ass off since he was 15 to be as good of a basketball player he is. But there's really no other sport where you can get into a position just by your stature alone.
That's not true.
You don't think so?
Mm-mm.
What would you say then?
I know. Oh, I read a book a while back.
Taco Fall should not be a professional athlete.
Why?
Because he's not that good at basketball.
He's
He's
not bad
getting
at
a lot better.
basketball.
He's getting a lot better.
He's not
He
like
has
that's like
improved
what he's
immensely.
known as. he's like a raw prospect, physical specimen type deal. But you
Exactly.
get that. Well, you get that in other sports occasionally, a little less. Like basketball's popular, but I know
Okay.
for track, um,
I guess
these
track is
coaches would literally go to Africa and get people, just like gather up a bunch of kids and just tell them to run around in circles, and they would just look at them, and basically they could find out two of them that had the ability to be an Olympic type athlete based on their natural form. These weren't like track athletes. They're just a bunch of kids that they thought could be prospects. Told them to just run around a field, and they would just watch their form. It's like and I think it's gonna happen more and more for basketball, in particular.
For basketball in particular. Because it truly is a sport where, hey, if you're 7 feet tall, we can work on you, and
Yeah.
you can be a very good basketball player. I guess you can't get in any professional sport just based off your stature. Like you have to be good and talented at whatever. But I feel like the NBA has a little bit, like if you're 7 feet, they're at least going to give you a shot, and they're at least
Right.
going to give you the training to try and do it.
Right, but you're talking
Whereas-
about like the difference between, let's say, a G League center guy who plays for a while, maybe gets a couple years in the NBA, and then goes international, gets a spot because of his height. That's like the 7-foot guy that can't play basketball.
Yeah.
Then you got Joel Embiid.
Yeah, I mean, Joel Embiid is not.
He's an exception for sure.
Yeah, I'm not talking about Joel.
Dude, wait, you don't know I think my second favorite thing besides, like, come on, let's trust the process thing. When he talked about how he had to learn to shoot 3-pointers. And he was looking up a bunch of, like, he was just on YouTube looking up instructional videos. And he said, he's like, I would search, like, how to shoot 3. No. How to shoot with good form. Nah, nothing good. And then he said, white people shooting 3-pointers. He said, if it's a video with a 30-year-old white dude shooting a 3, he's going to have that. He's like, that elbow is going to be tucked.
That's so funny because it's so true.
It's, yeah. You
Probably just watch Kyle Korver,
yeah.
Kevin Love, and someone else just videos on repeat.
I had to pull it. He goes, that elbow is tucked, man. The knees are bent. The follow through is perfect, always. You know how in America there's always an older guy wearing like Everlast sweat shorts at the court? That guy's a problem. His J is always wet. It's true, dude.
It is true. He's not
That
wrong.
unsuspecting
Very
guy
observant.
that can barely run anymore just posts up in the corner. Oh, beautiful.
He's like 40 pounds overweight, and he just keeps stroking threes from the corner.
Oh, that's so funny.
We should probably kick it to a break so we
we'll
have
do a
something to talk
break
about in
and
the
then
back hour.
Yeah, we have some stuff left.
We got
Some Wimbledon news.
Oh,
some
yeah,
NFL
we got
news.
Wimbledon. We got NFL.
Some Olympic news. We got bases covered.
Hey, once again, ESPN fucked up, and the people are pissed off about it.
Yeah,
I
we
like
haven't
to do
even
that.
looked. You're gonna get the raw reaction after we talked about our top 10 quarterbacks because ESPN wouldn't let us see theirs. Someone else told us about it. So.
Also, our WNBA power rankings were way better than ESPN's. Way better.
I mean, what do you expect?
Better. I mean, guaranteed. I mean, that's just kind of an expectation at this point, but way better. Which was funny because our WNBA power rankings came out 2 hours before ESPN.
Yeah,
and
we
didn't
beat
even
them
know
to
they were
the
gonna release
punch.
it.
We did not know that.
beat
We were
them.
we literally
Not
just
only
had
was it
nothing to talk
better,
about.
But we beat them
On the
to it.
on the fly, faster, off the top of the head. You watched the thought process live. Wow, only on the Fellas Show.
Wow.
We'll be right back after this. I wish we had an ad to run. That'd be cool, but we don't. So
We should have an ad.
you know the screen you're gonna be. I can put the fun one. It's been a minute,
It has been a minute.
but I need to build up the music first.
Playing
All
good
right.
music this time.
It's the classic, bro. I think it's
Oh,
been a
yes,
minute.
like the classic.
Yo, there's a crow out there going crazy. All right. You hear that?
Is that what it is?
Yeah. He's going.
Is he like outside our
Oh, dude, there's like a ton of them. All right, we're gonna investigate the crow situation. fellas, we're back. And over the break,
fellas.
we got a breaking little news update. Now, I will say, don't get your hopes too hyped, or your hype too hopeful. But, it's fun. 2K covers, they're out for 2K22.
Oh!
And there's a couple big time firsts. For one, and we have the pictures up. There's going to be 3 different covers. One with Luka, one with KD, Dirk, and Kareem, the Dream. And one with Candace Parker. So Candace Parker will be the first ever female WNBA athlete on the cover
Candace?
for 2K. Did I not say Candace?
No, I said there we go, Candace.
Oh, they said you mean Candace? I was like, what did I say?
Candace Parker.
Oh yeah,
Chicago
Candace
Sky.
Parker. Yeah, Sky legend.
Let's go.
First WNBA athlete on a 2K cover. Dirk and Luka are also tied for the first Mavericks player on an NBA cover now. So that's interesting. Never thought you'd hear
How
that.
did Dirk get it?
I don't know. So here's the Luka one. I'm assuming this is the main one. This is what you'll see most of the time. And then this is from Shams. Shout out Shams. There's the Candace Parker one. Pretty fresh. With the Chi-Town Sky. And then there's like the Legends one. That looks crazy.
Oh wait, Candace Parker. That one kind of sick. I just saw that one. That one's cool. I really like the cover art this year.
Yeah, this looks sick. I'm assuming based on the fact that like PS5 games are already $7, I bet whatever edition, this is the Slam Dunk edition, I bet it's like $112 or something.
Yeah, this is the unique limited ultra thingy that you can pay $300 for and get extra Ultimate Team things.
You know what my favorite thing is? These are the responses to the tweet. Didn't ask, late, okay, cares, we know, no shit, bums, L. Oh, interesting. Everyone just like,
People are so unamused.
Dude, Twitter's not our Twitter. Our Twitter's the best, but if you ever just go on
John,
Twitter,
the music's still going.
Oh no.
They can't even hear us.
Instead of vibe.
They can't even hear us.
Instead of vibe. Anyway.
Well. Anywho, that's the 2K cover.
Yeah.
I hope you enjoyed us screaming over the.
Oh, but it's kind of cool.
It is cool. I do like the art on the covers.
This one's cool. And obviously, shout out Candace making history. Shout out Luka making some different history. Not as. I wonder what teams haven't had a player yet.
T-Wolves. Actually, didn't
maybe a
Wiggins
KG one back in the day. I don't think Wiggins was on one, dude. No shot that dude got.
Remember he was Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, but I think you got to do more than that.
Covers. Yeah, I would assume you do. I'm sure KG never got one. He never really got respected.
True.
Okay, well they made like 8 2K21 covers.
Oh,
so,
that's right.
let's see, and they made like 1,000 2K19 covers.
It's a good thing there's not a 2K curse, or else there'd be no NBA left.
How Gasol got a 2K17 cover?
Really?
Yeah.
I like that, even though I don't.
And so did Danilo Gallinari. That must be like international ones or something. I don't know. 2K16, Tony Parker, Dennis Schrader. That was the Germany edition. Spain edition.
Oh, they did different. I see. That makes sense.
Yeah, I'm just looking. 2K15 was KD. 2K14, LeBron. 2K13, Blake Griffin, Derrick Rose, KD. 2K12 looks like we have Magic, Michael, and Larry. 2K11 was Michael.
I was on
2K10
2K12?
was Kobe. Oh, 2K9 was KG, but Boston Celtics KG. 2K8's Chris Paul on the New Orleans.
Let's
That was
go.
wait, that was New Orleans
Hornets.
Hornets.
I
Okay.
mean, no. Yeah.
Was that
Yeah.
the Hornets?
Yeah, it
Then?
was
Okay.
Hornets. That was in the Charlotte
2K7
Bobcats.
Shaq, 2K6 Shaq, 2K5.
Shaq got the repeat?
Yeah, in seven,
Wow.
6 and 7. 2K5 Ben Wallace. 2K4 Allen Iverson. 2K3 Allen Iverson.
Skull.
2K2 Allen Iverson.
Skull.
2K1 Allen Iverson.
Let's go.
2K Allen Iverson.
Are you kidding me?
No, he got it from. He
We're
got
the
the very
champ.
first. He got the Sega Sports 2K.
The champ
the
is
first
here. The champ is here.
He got the 2K original Sega Sports in 2000, and then he got 2K1 Sega Sports, 2K2
Wow.
when it was also Sega, 2K3 Sega. So they must have signed him. Oh, and then when it went, no, it's still Sega in 2K4 and 5. And then they finally went away from Sega in 2K6.
Wait, what was that, dude? On like 2K1 on the Sega, what? Just like the Genesis? Who even knows? I don't know what the.
I mean, no, it was PS2. This one's still Xbox. It's
back
just
then
Sega
it was probably
Sports.
PS1, right? Like the
This
2001's
is
gotta be
Xbox. This one is for. This is for.
I don't even know. I actually
I
didn't know
didn't know
2K was that old. I thought 2K was a
Dreamcast.
more recent series. Like I thought they were.
Apparently, they came out in 2K.
I guess that
makes sense. All right, well, good to know.
Cool. That's a fun little.
So yes, a T-Wolves player has never gotten it,
No.
unless you want to count KG moving to Boston.
No, I think you have to have the jersey.
I would agree with that. What else do we have to talk? Oh, Wimbledon.
Oh yeah.
You have a good Wimbledon story here.
Yeah. So, at the moment, as of last night, 2 Wimbledon matches are under investigation for allegedly being fixed. This came out from a German newspaper called Die Welt. The investigation was launched after some suspicious and specific bets took place surrounding matches during the tournament in July a little bit ago. Mainly, the first match was a first-round men's doubles match where large bets, like big-time bets, were placed against the favorite at irregular times. I don't know what exactly defines the irregular times, but that's what they're saying. The times were irregular and the bets were large. The favorites won the first set, which then obviously puts their odds
Way better.
to lose up higher, yeah. And then they ended up losing the next 3 in a row. The second match.
Wait, they lost the next 3?
Yeah, they lost the next 3 sets. After they won the first, odds up, lost the next 3.
Because I know that tennis has this problem in general with regular tournaments, and there's actually an organization that will shut down tennis matches mid-game if they see irregular betting activities. And most times what it is the favorite will win the first set, and then you'll see just an insane amount of bets on the underdogs to win the second set. But it's normally not to win the whole game. It's normally not to throw a whole game.
Right.
It's normally just to throw one set, and that's where everyone stacks on. But if there's I forget the organization. It's based out of the UK though. But they will stop tennis matches.
The International Tennis Integrity Agency?
It must be, yeah.
Because that's what they're doing this.
And they will stop matches mid game if they see irregular betting activities like that. They will actually stop a match and postpone it. I know that from school.
Nice. So then the second match too. There's another one. There's a singles match. After the second set, there was extremely high value bets placed on the exact score of the third set bets and props surrounding the number of service games, and they all ended up coming to fruition. That one was even sketchier, I believe.
That one's not very good at hiding, by the way. If you're trying to hide your point shaving or whatever like that, you probably shouldn't be putting bets on exact scores.
No, of course
Maybe
not.
just like for your team that's going to throw them to lose one set. Probably don't want to do like, hey, guess what? I bet this hockey game is going to be 5-3. I'm going to put $1 million on it. Oh, look at that! It ended up being 5-3. What a coincidence!
Wow, look at me.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't be doing that kind of stuff. Trying to hide it.
Like what you've been saying, this is a big. I did not know this was big. But the organization we talked about, the International Tennis Integrity Agency, they have not said anything about these matches in particular, but they've had 34 reports of strange matches in 2021 alone.
Yeah.
The big one. This actually only came out a month ago. Yana Sisikova was arrested at the French Open. This one, for something that happened in the 2020 French Open, implicated in an investigation dating way back. This is a Russian tennis player. She's competing in the French Open, arrested in Paris for a match-fixing scandal. It was the same thing, basically. Hundreds of thousands of euros were reportedly wagers on a break of serve at 2-2 in set 2. This person in question was accountable for 3 of the points conceded during her game, including 2 double faults and a 7-6 loss. Yeah. If she's found guilty of this stuff, that's
forever.
5 years in prison, 500,000 euro fine, and I'm assuming probably not a lot more professional tennis. But
Professional tennis
and prison time, by the way.
Yeah.
So
they do not fuck around.
We knew about the Russian table tennis, but we did not know about the Russian tennis.
I mean, I'm pretty sure every sport in Russia is some kind of scheme or scandal.
I just feel like, all right, so these are my thoughts, man. Why are you doing it at the French Open? Why are you doing it at Wimbledon? Why are you doing it like in these things where there's literally an international tennis integrity agency?
Because if you get away with it, you make a fuckload of money.
Yeah, but
like a stupid amount.
Odds are odds, no matter
Odds
what the
odds.
sport is, odds are odds. And I feel like it'd be easier to influence a smaller sport where not as many people are even paying attention. Like, why are you going for the biggest tennis match in the world?
I would agree.
I
think it's stupid as well, but it's where the money is. And
but
honestly,
if you're smart enough to be fixing a match,
well, think about it. Would it be more? Would it catch your eye more betting $10 million on some random ass tournament and some random ass set, or is it more of a red flag to bet $10 million where everyone's betting millions of dollars on a tennis match because it's where the money is? So you can think of it that way too. I mean, like, if someone drops $1 billion on a Russian table tennis match, it's going to raise some red flags. Yeah, but if someone drops $1 billion on the Super Bowl, no one's going to be even blink an eye because that's just what people do. I think it's that kind of thing. But yeah, I would agree. Why would you do it? I just don't know. I think it's probably like these people who know they're not going to win any money from this tennis match or very little, probably made $500,000 in career earnings, and some random dude comes up and is like, I'll pay you $5 million to lose this set.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't know if it's that much, if the money's that big, because even this one was just like several, like tens of thousands of euros. It's like it doesn't seem like that much.
Yeah.
Like it should be more. I agree with like
tennis career in jeopardy. I would think it has to be something.
Yeah, you're getting something.
That or you're literally getting threatened against your life. I don't know. Maybe there's blackmail. I don't know. I'm sure some crazy shit happens in sports betting.
I hope they're not
crazy ass ties. Hey man, you never know. Sports bettors are crazy.
Speaking of the law.
The law.
The Rams. We talked about them yesterday.
We talked about that yesterday.
Pretty interesting, right?
Yeah. Anything new on that?
The Athletic is really going to block the rest of this. Well, I got the idea here. So obviously yesterday, one of the biggest things coming from yesterday, besides the fact that the finances of those 5 owners and Goodell are going to be released for this trial, is also the fact that there will be a trial in St. Louis, Missouri. The NFL does not like this because I wonder how a bunch of jurors from St. Louis, Missouri
feels about their team getting ripped out from underneath them.
Yeah, I wonder if they're going to be on the side of Stan Kroenke and Roger Goodell, or if they're going to be like, you guys are scoundrels and bastards.
Also, St. Louis loved their Rams.
Yes, they did. Yes, they
liked
did.
them a lot. They liked them a lot more than LA likes their Rams. I can tell you that much.
And so the NFL is trying to get this case moved on account of the unfavorable bench.
To where? NFL headquarters?
I don't
That's
what I'm saying. Like, you can't.
I don't like
hard
this
to
bench, so let's go to where we are.
It honestly might have to be. I mean, it is a fair. It's part of the law system. If the bench will be biased, you have a right, and it's true. Depending how the findings go, it could be very like.
I mean,
you're gonna get a guaranteed in St. Louis. You're gonna get a bench of angry guys and ladies who were Rams fans whose Rams got taken. Like,
isn't that where the lawsuit's coming from?
Yes.
And the actual state that everything occurred in.
No.
So how are you gonna
not necessarily.
I suppose
a lot of the dealing,
I suppose.
And it's just like anyone can request to move any case. Now, whether or not it's approved, it's a different story.
They need it to be approved.
They need it to be approved, or else
they're going to lose. They will lose.
Yeah, it's not.
I mean, and well. I'm sure there's so many backdoor deals and payoffs and compensations, and I'm sure there's a lot of shit going on right now that no one knows about. I'm sure there's knowing the money that these owners and the NFL have and what the implications of this is, considering they're going for punitive damages, which comes from the wealth of these individual owners, like a percentage of their wealth. I would imagine that they have some things in place to where they're, yeah, I can't imagine that they don't have someone paid off or something along those lines. Because this is not good for Jerry Jones or Robert Kraft or Roger Goodell or any of the owners that were involved in this. To think that they could get a percentage of their wealth taken from them because of this, I'm sure they are doing everything and anything in their power.
Yeah, so here's
legal or illegal to get this shit worked out.
The main thing I think people are concerned about is going to be, I don't think Goodell. Well, Goodell can't do anything at this point. He's wrapped up. He's tied up in it, and his finances are out there. Yeah. Stan Kroenke, Rams owner, cannot do anything. He is tied up in it. He is probably the most at fault, and his finances are out there.
I have a feeling Jerry Jones isn't getting out of this either, unless he figures out a great way. Because if it's his name that's associated with those luxury boxes for that new stadium, which I can see how it's not, because I'm sure he did it through a third party kind of thing, but
it's not his name. It's not his name, but it's a company that he owns publicly. Like, it's not a secret.
Yeah.
It's not the Jerry Jones Suite Company, but he's the owner.
Yeah, and I'm sure they did all the luxury seating in AT&T, and that's where it came from.
But the main thing is you still have Rob Kraft, Mara from the Giants, and former Panthers owner, all gonna have their fines. Whatever their involvement is, they are booking it out of there. They are covering up everything they can possibly cover up. Whatever weird tax fraud and tax evasion, because these dudes aren't paying taxes.
Imagine what their finance guys are doing right
now.
The
Rams owner is the 54th richest person in America, period. This is the level of wealth we're talking about.
Yeah.
We're talking about if you lined up every citizen of the United States of America, from wealthiest to poorest, He's way over there. There's 53 people standing in front of him, and there's like, what?
A gazillion.
Yeah.
No, this is not good for any of those people. And like I said, I don't see this actually getting into a trial or a court of any type.
I don't know, man.
They
are not settling. I really don't see it. I don't.
If it does, they are in fucking trouble.
I agree, dude. I can't believe that it's getting this close. I can't believe that people with this much money, are getting this close. But the fact that it's this close makes me think it's gonna happen.
Yeah, I can't believe that we even got to the point where they're opening up their financials, because I would figure they would pay off everyone before that happened.
True.
And I get it. There's probably only a certain set of financials they can actually look at. I mean, there's no way you have to open up every bank account you have, and like, it's probably only for specific things. But still, I don't want the government looking at my own financials, let alone if I make $1 billion a year. That's not a good look. They are in trouble. I still will be shocked if this actually goes to trial, because of the amount of money that we're just talking about here and the amount of power that the people in question have. But man, if it does go to trial, someone's going to get in trouble. And someone's going to have to pay a lot of fucking money. A lot of money.
True.
Is there any way that like the Rams get moved back to St. Louis at the end of this?
No, that is not. It's going to be...
It just damages.
Yeah, it's going to be losses from the movement and punitive damages as well. But I mean, technically, the dude might sell the team, and then some.
It'd be interesting.
That'd be a big domino effect.
Is if St. Louis wins the settlement, takes all that money and puts it into a new stadium, gets a new team,
brings the St. Louis Chargers.
If I'm St. Louis, oh please get them out of the fucking LA.
Dude, if Justin Herbert's playing for the St. Louis Chargers, I'm gonna do something.
But no, that would be the smart thing to do. I mean, if they still want a football team, kind of thing, I would take settlement money, put it straight into a stadium so that you don't have to get the public to pay for it, so that they're actually on your side. Because public spending of stadiums is the dumbest fucking thing that an economy for a city could do.
I mean, dude, you saw how that city embraced the Battlehawks when the XFL came in.
I'm going to enlighten the fellas on how stadium spending works. These owners who advocate to get a stadium in their city due to economic benefits for the rest of the city are fucking liars. They're all liars. It does not benefit the city. It does not benefit anything in the city. It drives the economy down because it's not a complementary good. It's a substitution for other things. That money that went into that stadium from the public could have been used on streetlights, on streets, on schools, on public parks, on everything else. But instead they put it to a stadium. And who reaps the benefits from the stadium? No, it's not hotels. No, it's not taxi drivers. No, it's not the businesses surrounding, because you got to remember that if you're in this square mile or 2 square miles of that stadium, you have to then pay that stadium. Even if you're a business that was there before that stadium, you have to then pay that stadium money, basically rent, to be around them. That's how this works. There is no case in the world where public spending for a stadium has gone right for that city. And yet somehow we still have people who think it's a good idea and that it'll help the economy of a city. It is not true. It never has been true. The only way a stadium should ever be built is by the owner's money and whatever capital he can gain from the investors. Stadiums should not come from public spending at all. That money goes somewhere else that will actually benefit the community, because if you put it into a stadium, the people of that community are not the ones who benefit. They are not. They go way down in the trickle scale, and by the time the money actually gets them, it's gone. Everything gets screwed up when you get into a stadium.
Yeah.
And yes, I went to school for that. And I will stand on that high horse. I will stand on that high horse to the day I die. There should not be public spending of any stadium ever, ever again. The owners have enough money to build them themselves, or have enough friends to invest in.
That's the main thing, dude. It's like, where's all the money, dude? I really need tax.
So stupid. It's so stupid. And the people who advocate for it too and think that it's actually going to help the economy, I'm like, dude, do 1 hour of research about public spending in stadiums. You will
Right.
find out it takes 1 hour of research to understand that it's a terrible idea. Such a bad idea. I'm sick and tired of. If you are a team and your owner says we need a new stadium and it's going to help the economy, you should immediately hate that owner because that is a fucking liar. Rant done. That's all I have for today. Yes. Now, the owners who do privately fund their stadiums, good for fucking you, because I'm a big fan of those guys. Because those guys are actually the ones who want the prestigious. They want their NFL team to do good. They want them to be, a prestigious franchise. Those are the guys that are very good people. The ones who actually fund it themselves or only ask for like 25% of public money or whatever along those lines. I still think stadiums should be completely privately funded because at the end of the day, the owners are the one reaping the benefits of all of that. Yeah. I feel better now. I feel calm.
Good. Do you want to get riled up again?
Yep.
ESPN's top 10 quarterback list.
Ah!
We have it right here. First things first.
What were their guidelines? Do they have any guidelines, or do they?
The objective is to identify the best players right now for 2021. This is not a 5-year projection or an achievement award. Who's the best today?
Okay. This is kind of what we did yesterday.
Yep, it was exactly the same thing, except for one thing. Houston Texans quarterback Deshaun Watson will not be included on their ballot because of an uncertain status.
Because we just fair. Well done.
Yeah, you just have to define it. You just have to say it. Let's start at 10. I've realized that starting at... No, you know what? Let's start at 1 because actually the 1 is the least exciting. Pat Mahomes.
Yep. All right.
The only debate here is that he wasn't a unanimous number 1 and some people had him as 3rd. That's what people are upset about. But he ended up number 1. Nothing to be mad about. 2 was Aaron Rodgers.
Yep.
Hard to say. MVP. Hard to say anything else.
Absolutely.
3 was Tom Brady. And let me say, so far, this is my list. This right here is my list right now.
That was your 1, 2, 3. I have Tom Brady much lower than that, but I still have him in my top 10.
Okay, you better. What the?
I'm at like 6.
Better be in there, man. So then they have Russ at 4, which I don't hate.
I don't hate.
But I don't personally agree, but I can see if you want to. For me, if you're going to say best right now, I don't think he's 4.
Yeah.
For as far as how good he could play, even in career or what he could do this year, what could happen, his potential, obviously he can be there. I can see him being there. 5 was Josh Allen. I think 4 or 5 is the perfect spot for him. I think any lower is disrespectful.
Yeah.
Which is crazy, by the way. Could you have thought, 2 years ago that saying Josh Allen was the 6th best quarterback in the NFL would be disrespectful?
Anyone who says that they called it, bullshit.
Maybe you said he wasn't going to be a complete and utter bust, but nobody.
Maybe you said he was going to be good, but you did not think he was going to be a top 5 fucking quarterback coming into this year. No way in hell you did. And if you said that,
if you did,
you're a time traveler.
Tell me, give me some stocks to invest in or something too.
Exactly. You should go to Vegas right
so
now.
Then, I am. Okay, I have to remember that one of these spots is replacing Deshaun, so I can't get too mad.
Deshaun should probably be 6 or 5.
Let's say he would be probably top 6 quarterbacks, just statistically. Whatever. We'll just block him out of the brain. I knew who my 11 was. I'll slide him in. However, 6, Matt Stafford.
No. What?
Padford.
No. 6? Come on.
Now, again, to me, this comes off as, despite saying best right now, this comes off as
that's just
Matt Stafford on the Rams, with the Rams team around him, not the Lions team around him. Because if you look, I mean, now
number 6 in the entire league with the quarterbacks that we have right now.
Now, granted, he always puts up the numbers. He's always there, but
because he has to throw.
At the end of the day, at the end of the day, his 2021 season went about 4,100 yards, 26 tuds, 10 interceptions. good season. It's good. It's very, very good. 4,000 yards is
someone
always a great number.
throws
25,
50
10.
times a fucking
Yeah,
game.
I mean, but the thing is, it's for 5 wins. It's whatever. But I mean,
Yeah.
I can see
Not
it.
not all
He's
his fault.
top 10. He's top 10. 6 is a little high, in my opinion.
I still don't give him top 10.
You don't give him
6
top.
is definitely 2. I don't. I put him like right next to Kirk at like 12 or 13.
All right. Well, I'm gonna have to ask you who takes his spot then, because I don't know. But 7
6,
is
that's
7
insane.
is Dak.
I like that. I haven't heard Lamar's name though.
That's
kinda crazy.
I think that's what I was saying. So 7 is Dak. I personally have him more of a 9 guy. I think I had Matthew Stafford like 8 or 9, and then Dak like 8 or 9. I forget what exactly.
Yeah.
Lamar's 8. I think a
Okay.
little bit disrespectful.
A little bit.
For an MVP. Okay, then this is when it just goes to poopy caca world. Justin Herbert
Okay.
at 9.
No.
Shout out Braxton. Hope he's in
No.
here. He'll get hype. And then
No.
Kyler Murray at 10. I'm
Justin
sorry.
Herbert at 9. Why?
Look,
I'm
all
getting
right,
so sick of this man already.
now did I don't think I put Kyler in my top 10, did I?
No, I did though. I put him as 10.
In
Or
my
11.
opinion, and you can disagree with me. I don't think you can have Kyler in here and not have Baker.
Ooh, really?
I'm low on Baker. I don't like Baker much, but when it comes down to it, they're not that off, and one of them wins. One of them wins playoff games. I get the roster, but you can't say that Kyler didn't have a good roster. Like, I get Browns are stacked
Yeah.
on the offense, but Cardinals are no slouch.
I don't mind Kyler at 10. And I do think he's better than Baker.
I just okay, yeah. I don't
Based
think
off last year.
I think
Again, we're basing off last year. And
I
don't
also
know how
think
great
it's
he
the
was.
Herbert thing doesn't help.
The Herbert thing is just not.
Now look, I think it's like it's if he does the same thing he did last year, not even better, same thing. He's in the top 10, like in there, like in the middle. Like, he's not a debate anymore. But it's 1 year. And it can't be a shot against the guy, because what else is a rookie supposed to do but play one really good year? But you can't put him as they had the ninth best quarterback in the NFL, and he's played 16 games in his career. I don't know. I don't know about that.
So I revisited my top 10 with Patty, A-Rod, Allen, Russ, T. Brady, Dak, Lamar. I have to finish my last 3, and I don't know how to finish them. I want Kyler in there, for sure. I want Kyler at 10. I also want Ryan Tannehill in there. Because I don't think Stafford deserves to be a top 10 QB right now.
I think he probably is. I don't know. I think
Justin Herbert definitely does not deserve to be a top 10 QB right
the
now.
only thing you can have against Matt Stafford is that he doesn't win games. But as far as
My whole thing is like, it's not. This is a rough comparison. This is a tough comparison, but it's and it's not totally accurate. But Fitz and Stafford don't seem to be that different to me. They really don't.
that's not true.
They're both been on teams that they just need to air out the ball 50 fucking times a game. Of course they're going to rack up yards. Of course they're going to rack up touchdowns. Yes, granted, Stafford's much more accurate, doesn't throw as many picks as Fitz. But they're really not, at the end of the day, they both play for fucking shitty teams that just have to air out the ball 50 times a game.
No.
If you think Matthew Stafford should be top 10, Kirk Cousins belongs right there next to him.
That's so not true, because Matt Stafford
Is.
You're saying that you wouldn't give up Kirk in like a second for Matt Stafford?
Fuck no. I would much rather have Kirk than Matthew Stafford. Are you kidding?
And you think he's
fucking QB?
But you won't. Oh, but Jared Goff, right? Jared Goff is probably better than Kirk Cousins too, dude. No, you just no. I am no. Matt Stafford is so much better than Kirk Cousins. I don't even like Matt Stafford. He's Pat Stafford, but he's thrown under 4,200 yards in his career in a 16-game season once. He's had more 5,000 yard seasons than 3,000 yard seasons.
Yes, but that's because he throws the ball 50 times a game. It's
Yeah,
not that impressive for yards.
But he's never had below a 65% completion percentage.
Nah, that's impressive. I'll give him that. That's impressive.
These are his touchdowns. 41, 20, 29, 32, 24, 29, 26, 19. Like, interceptions, 16, 17, 19. Those are like his young years. Then 12, 13, 10, 10, 10, 11, 5, 10. Interception percentage in the last decade, never over 3. It's the dude. No, the dude is efficient. He doesn't make mistakes. He throws for so many yards, and he hits. He doesn't. I mean, look, his attempts are high, but like we're looking at between 530 and 600 attempts per year. Obviously, the big year, the dude making 700 attempts a game. You're thinking of 2012 Matt Stafford, and that was also coming off a year where he had 670 attempts, where he had 41 touchdowns to 16 interceptions and 5,038 yards. And the next season, he had 4,967 yards with another 20 tuds on 727 attempts. Yards per attempt, all in the 7s, 8s. It's not, if you're throwing the ball every time and they catch it every time and you get yards every time, then why wouldn't you? Who's their running back been? Amir Abdullah?
You said that Jared Goff's better than Kirk Cousins.
I don't know if he's better than Kirk Cousins, but Jared Goff is closer to Kirk Cousins.
Fucking close.
Jared Goff is closer to Kirk than Matt Stafford is. 100%.
I'm just gonna do this.
Compare Matt Stafford to Kirk Cousins, please. Computer, please tell me.
So first of all, in the past 2 seasons for Jared Goff, he's thrown 22 touchdowns, 16 interceptions, 20 touchdowns, 13 interceptions. Kirk Cousins has thrown 35 and 13, 26 and 6, and 30 and 10.
Okay.
So,
but
blows the fuck out of him out of the water, first of all. Like,
okay, in the 2 worst years of Jared Goff's career, I'll give it to you.
Before that, 32 and 12, that's a hell of a season. That was their Super Bowl season, right?
Yeah.
2018. And then before that, 28 and 7, and then rookie year 5 and 7, 1,000 yards.
Now, I get it. He's struggled the last 2 years, but you have to keep in mind, I get it. The Rams are a great team. No, the Rams are a great defense.
Great defense.
What give me one weapon that compares even close to anything Kirk has at running back or receiver or tight end. Who do they have?
Well, he had Todd Gurley.
Not in the 2 bad years, though. We're talking about the bad year, because he can play well with good play. The last 2 years, the ones that you're saying, he's been on a bad offense. Really bad offense.
He had Brandon Cooks for a year. He had
Brandon Cooks for a year does
Robert
not
Woods.
tingle. Man, I don't know. Like
Robert Woods, Brandon Cooks, and John Reynolds. You don't like that receiving core?
There's a reason none of them stay anywhere.
What do you mean? They're all still there. Besides Brandon Cooks.
They're okay. Like it's not bad. It's not a bad receiving core. It's probably very average to a little bit below average.
Really?
I think so.
Wow. That's a hell of a take there. You think Robert Woods, Brandon Cooks, and Reynolds is a mediocre wide receiving core?
Yeah, I think Brandon Cooks is very overrated.
That's fair.
Now,
he's still a good wide receiver.
Yeah, he's a good wide receiver, but there's a reason he bounces around. There's something that he doesn't seem to fit in any scheme.
He's expendable. He's very expendable.
As far as Woods obviously a great player.
Yeah.
Nothing bad about him. But at the end of the day, we are not in a one good wide receiver league anymore.
No, that's why they have 3.
No, they don't. They had 2.5, and then one of them left.
Sorry, I totally forgot about Cooper Kupp too.
He didn't really play last year, did he?
92 receptions for 1,000 yards.
Or was it
touchdowns?
Was it the year before? Maybe I don't know. He was out for a season.
The Super Bowl season, he didn't play.
Oh, okay.
He was hurt. He was hurt for that one, which was crazy because that was kind of like his breakout season too. But no, it was solid. I don't know. I think their wide receiving core is decent. Anyways, I want to actually compare Kirk and Stafford because I didn't look at them.
Yeah, I have I have. Let's see. What do you want? The per games for their career? Or?
I was just kind of looking at their overall last 3 seasons. Because yeah, don't get me wrong, Matt Stafford has some incredible seasons in there. 41-16 with 5,000 yards.
Yeah,
That's
that was
fucking
nuts,
crazy.
nuts.
32-13. That's a great stat line with 4,300 yards. 29-10 in 2017 with 4,500 yards. But like, okay, so he's got the 41-16, incredible. That's insane. Over five. Anytime you touch near 5,000 yards, you're fucking insane.
Mm-hmm.
With a 97 rating on top of it, with almost a 64%
insane.
That's a hell of a season. That was also 10 years ago. That was a decade ago.
Sure.
And his best season since I'd say 2015, that 32-13. That's a pretty solid season.
Mm-hmm.
With 4,200. 19-5. I mean, he only got 25. Was he hurt that season, 2019? Oh, he was hurt, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Would have been a great season. Looks like 2019.
He was on a great pace.
But like, hasn't really been that impressive since 2017. Let's call it 29-10. 100 rating, 4,400.
No,
it's 4 years ago.
I'm with you. No, look, I'm with you. I'm not a Matt Stafford is the most underrated. He's gonna come out of the woodworks in the. I don't think he's that. And I don't think he changes the Rams particularly much. But I think at the end of the day, I looked at the career. Want to hear this? This is kind of crazy, actually. The career. Yeah. This is how the per game stats for their entire careers for Kirk and Matt Stafford break down, and it's kind of crazy. So Kirk's career started in 12. Stafford's in 09. Their completions, Kirk Cousins 22.5 per game, Stafford's 23.5 per game, and he has like 3 more attempts on that. Yards, Kirk Cousins 260, Matt Stafford 273. Okay, yeah, Matt Stafford, that would make sense. He passes for more yards in a game.
Yeah,
sure.
A couple more years, yeah.
And he's just this is per though, so it should be.
This is per. Okay.
This is per. But yeah, okay, Kirk. Matt Stafford is known for big yard games more than Kirk Cousins. Like, that's just the style of play. Touchdowns per game, 1.7 for each of them. Interceptions per game, Kirk Cousins is 0.8, Matt Stafford is 0.9.
Yes, but turnovers per game, I'm sure Kirk is in front of that.
Yeah, if you
because he
they don't have that. That'd be nice. That'd be interesting to see. Yeah. What's time sacked? Kirk is 2, Stafford's 2.3 per game.
Stafford gets sacked more than Kirk.
Yeah, dude,
that's pretty incredible.
So here's the end of my final resting argument. They have completely comparable careers, except one of them was with the Lions. Therefore, he's better.
And one of them was with the Redskins.
Some good dude. Those were not slouched Redskins teams.
Yes, they were.
They went to the playoffs. He came in. I saw him too many times. Dude, I'm pretty.
He did. Didn't the Eagles never beat Kirk Cousins?
Maybe once. I swear. There is so many bad when they were the Redskins. This is historically accurate. We're not messing up the name. Historical accuracy.
Yeah.
Dude, he was in Washington. He was. His first 3 years in Washington, he played a total of 10 games or something. He was not the starter for a while. Yeah. It's RG3 time. He was drafted in the same draft as RG3, keep in mind. 2015 was his first starting season. He went 9-7 for the Washington team. Then 8-7-1, 7-9. Then 8-7-1 for the Vikings. Then 10-5, and then 7-9.
I'm doing other research. Sorry.
1, 2, 3. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out of his 16 game or starting more than, I'll say, all right, here's my stat. In seasons where Kirk Cousins has started more than 15 games. No, actually, because the 15 game season was when he was 10-5. So in seasons where Kirk Cousins started 16 games, 100% of them have a 7 in the record somewhere. 9-7-0, 8-7-1, 7-9, 8-7-1, 7-9.
Yeah, and he's played for like the teams that always go 9-7.
Yeah, he's always
like he's played for the Redskins and the Vikings, two of the most mediocre franchises there are out there. But no, my biggest thing, and this is why I stand on the Kirk Cousins pedestal, and I know I'm a Vikings fan, so it's easier for me to do. But since coming to the Vikings, Kirk Cousins has been, you cannot argue, a top 10 QB since he came to the Vikings in 2018. Those 3 seasons, 70% completion percentage, 70% completion percentage, 68% completion percentage, 4,200 yards, 3,600 yards, 4,300 yards, 30 touchdowns, 26 touchdowns, 35 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, 6 interceptions, 13 interceptions, 100 QBR, 108 QBR, 105 QBR.
No,
yeah. That is incredible. Those 3 years are really good.
You got me all mixed up, Eric, because
you are telling me that in the last 3 seasons, Matthew Stafford has done anything even remotely fucking close to that? No way. No way. And won playoff games. No fucking way. You cannot tell me Matthew Stafford's anywhere near that stat line in the last 3 years. I'm looking at it right now. No way. 21-11, 19-5, 26-10. Good QB, 90 QBR. 90 QBR, 106 QBR, 96, completion percentage, 66, 64, 64. Every single stat is better for Kirk in the last 3 years. He's playing out of his fucking mind.
But it's supposed to be.
What do you mean it's supposed to be? Everyone, all they say is Kirk Cousins, how bad he is.
No. No, look.
It's unbelievable. This man is putting up unbelievable stats on an offensive line that can't fucking block.
They're not unbelievable stats, Eric. They're very good stats. They're very good.
With 105 QBR.
That's very good. It's very good. It's really good.
He would beat the MVP. He would beat the MVP's QBR in like 8 of the past 12 seasons with that last season.
Oh, good thing we based the MVP on their quarterback rating. Come on, the quarterback.
I mean, Aaron Rodgers' last season was 122, so yeah, we do.
Quarterback rating, though. Who cares about quarterback rating? I don't know what. It's a weird.
That's how we measure quarterbacks.
It's not how I measure quarterbacks. They have to pass my eyeball test.
But no, final argument is there's no way you can put Stafford in front of Cousins coming into this season. There's no fucking way. No way.
There absolutely is.
There's not one category in which you could prove that Stafford is going to be a better QB than Kirk Cousins this year. Or put him in a top 10 QB in general. Tell me a guy who hasn't thrown over 26 touchdowns in the past 3 years is a top 10 QB? Come on.
Now look.
Come on.
Personally, I'm low on both of them.
He was hurt for half.
I'm low on both of those. Well, look, I think I'm lower than average on Matt Stafford. Dude, if you're going to argue with someone about Matt Stafford versus Kirk Cousins, I'm probably going to be the easiest one because I think I'm higher than average on Kirk and lower than average on Matt. But yeah, I still have him top 10. I don't think I have him 6. I would absolutely not have him 6.
No, God. I don't have either in my top 10. Let's make that clear.
I think I would have to put Matt maybe 10 to fill it in. I don't think I had him except for when I think he was my 11, and if Deshaun Watson's off the list, I would slide him in. And it's purely because the Lions have been so bad, and he's still managed to look like a serviceable quarterback. Do you know how many
it's hard
quarterbacks on bad teams get torn apart?
Yes.
Nobody is consistently as good on a bad team as Matt Stafford. It is honestly insane.
I'm trying to think of a QB that's had like a tenure with a bad team.
It's really hard to think of one.
Maybe?
Yeah, and I get it. So I'm gonna bring up Megatron real quick because the time he had 40 tuds and 5,000 yards. Yes, it was with one of the greatest wide receivers of all time. An anomaly in the length of his career.
But he had a good weapon.
Exactly.
It's not his fault.
It was the only time. It's a shame that the only person I can compare to Megatron that he's had to play with is like Kenny Galladay and Golden Tate.
Kenny Galladay, Marvin Jones Jr.
Yeah, and Kenny Galladay's played one full season.
Yeah, no.
And that's where I get it. If you put Matt Stafford out there with Thielen and Diggs on any given day, he's gonna play better than Kirk does. If you put him out there with Dalvin Cook in the backfield,
a decade ago.
No, I think tomorrow. Why?
Because I've watched the man play in my division half of my fucking life, and I can tell you that he, like, hey, good quarterback, done a lot with what he's had, but it's just not. He absolute upgrade from Jared Goff, I think, because I do not value Jared Goff high at all. I'm probably lower than most on Jared Goff.
I just think if the only thing that Kirk Cousins has against him is his O-line, right? That's like the worst thing surrounding him.
Yeah.
And Matt Stafford still gets sacked more times a game.
That's crazy to me.
That's what we're talking about.
Because Kirk had a bad line in the Redskins too.
Yes, he did. He got eaten alive. I mean, that line literally murdered RG3, ruined a career.
Yes.
But also his inability to slide, but that's neither here nor there.
I mean, his injury didn't come on a slide though.
No, but
he
did not know how to slide.
I remember that being a huge narrative about him too, and being like, dude, go down.
Just slide, Robert. Just slide.
Just slide. No.
We don't want that yard, Robert. Keep it.
I'm very excited to see the whole Stafford in Detroit, Stafford in LA, Goff in Detroit.
Yeah. No excuse for Stafford in LA. I think. I will never say Goff is a top 10 quarterback. You're not hearing that argument from me. Okay, he's top 15 though.
He probably deserves a little bit more respect than what
he's top 15. He's completely average. And again, I just feel like Kirk might be a more, let's say, efficient version of Jared Goff. Just a bigger, just like more attempts, more yards, more touchdowns, less interceptions. Just like Jared Goff, if you took him and went like, whoop, he's better at everything a little bit.
Yeah.
I just think that the surrounding cast for Jared Goff is a little worse than people thought in LA. And I think I think that swap is gonna go a lot differently than people think still. I also think Kirk has a great. I really do think Kirk has a great season this year. I think the Vikings are coming out with.
He hasn't not had a great season, so.
Okay, well, how about one where he has a positive win record? Like, how about that? Is that good enough?
Hey, he's had a positive win record all 3 seasons. Just not that positive.
I'm just like dude. I'm trying to. Hey, come on.
I know.
I think he's poised for like a great season, man. Like
the problem is if we would have had Kirk the same year that we would have had Case, we'd probably win that Super Bowl. We probably do. At the end of the day, I know I was not a big fan of that Kirk trade.
Wait a second.
Oh, please don't.
How are you gonna come out here once a week saying we should have kept Case? He was a better fit. He
fit.
He never made. But then how are you gonna say he would have won the?
Because the defense got totally restructured after that year. Kirk came into a trending down defense. Case had borderline number 1 defense in the league. If we have Kirk and that number 1 defense, absolutely. Are you kidding?
So then what's your argument about Case Keenum?
We should have fucking held on to him because we had to pay him only $10 million a goddamn year. And
so you wanted Case over Kirk? But not but you wanted Kirk over Case for the one season you had Case, but then every season you have Kirk, you want Case.
Pretty much.
Sounds like
No, absolutely, it does not fit as well with Kirk in that scheme. But I do think, just for that game.
I don't think you get there with Kirk. In my opinion.
That's my thing. Is like I don't think we get there, but we definitely beat the Eagles in that game, and we definitely win the Super Bowl going on in the next game if we have Kirk.
Yeah, you definitely beat the Eagles with Kirk Cousins in that game.
Okay. Nick Foles. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, okay, Mr. Nick Foles.
I'm just saying he would have had to put up like 50. So if you're counting on Kirk to do that, you can go get him, Kirk. If you think Kirk could have outplayed whatever magic that Eagles team, I was there, man. I watched it with my own eyes.
Yeah, I watched Harrison Smith play the worst fucking game in his entire career.
Kirk Cousins, unless he's getting in Harrison Smith ear, like, hey buddy, hey man, hey listen man, it's me Kirkle.
Dude, the worst part was
Hey,
our top corner
you
and our
like
top
that?
safety.
You like that, Harrison?
Oh,
You
dude.
like that, bro?
Our top corner and our top safety were the two worst players in
I
that
know.
entire game.
That's what I'm saying.
was
I don't think
so
Kirk can
brutal.
save your soul from that one. That one was
No.
the gods. That one the clouds parted and
Yeah.
said, Nick Foles, here's the power of Jesus, baby Jesus in a manger.
Baby Jesus.
That Nick Foles had baby Jesus power going. There's nothing you could do.
Yeah, no. I don't think there was any way we were winning that one.
It was just I was so I remember sitting there and everyone was going crazy. Everyone was going crazy. I looked at my dad, I'm like, you know these guys are really good, right? And he's like, I know. And he's like, you know that they basically do everything that we do to the same level. He's like, I know. Like,
We
you know
were
that
the
defense,
exact
right?
same team. We were the exact same team going into that game. We had both a borderline number 1, number 2 defense with a third string quarterback.
And I was like, you know, Case is basically, Case is also second string, but he's been a lot more efficient, a lot more effective than Foles, a lot more more consistent. It was nothing crazy. I've looked back on it. But for the position he was in, he didn't have to do anything crazy. It was a good season with a great surrounding cast. And that's
it was the perfect scheme. It was a perfect scheme fit. Yeah, 22 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, 98 QBR, 3,500 yards. He was just Mr. 1 to 2 touchdowns a game, maybe a pick.
Beautiful.
And 250 yards. Just every game. That's all you're going to get from him. But it was perfect. Just slow and steady, down we go. And when the defense is only another 3 points a game. Good times.
Oh, dude, I'm so excited for football season. We're going to go to like 5 o'clock every day arguing over things that don't even make sense.
Don't matter.
Like, I'm not even sure exactly what our discussion is anymore. However, you put Matt Stafford on that Vikings team, they might have beat the Eagles.
I wouldn't want Matthew Stafford on my team.
No? Me neither. I don't.
I have watched that guy crumble so many games.
Hey, but I also don't want Kirk Cousins on my team, and I also don't want Jared Goff on my team, and I don't want Jalen Hurts on my team. I don't want Joey Elite Dragon Flacco on my team. I don't want Nick Mullins on my team. I don't want any of these guys. Give me someone else. Just give me Aaron Rodgers.
You know what? I think Kirk. I agree with you. I think Kirk Cousins has a great season this season. I really.
I think the O-line is shored up. I think the rest of the position players.
Yeah, we'll still struggle a little on the O-line.
But struggling a little.
But he loves to play action anyways.
Struggling a little is an improvement. For that O-line.
Very much so.
They've shored it up. Now I want to talk about something real quick.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why Joe Flacco was run out of the league like he was, and why he's not a serious contender to start for the Eagles at the moment. Because if you remember, the way he fell from grace was rather odd. Because he got the Baltimore Ravens to the playoffs.
Which year did the Baltimore Ravens win the Super Bowl? No, they didn't. Yes, they did.
Yes, they did.
20.
That was a minute
14?
ago. It was 13 or 14. I have his thing up here.
He played like dog shit in 13, but he played decent in 14. You know, I can kind of see why they don't give him the starting spot.
No,
I thought Joe Flacco was better than that.
Just wait. But hear me out.
Okay.
Because I'm always now I like to reference stats when I'm making arguments and stuff. But when it comes down to it, stats don't always tell the whole story. Stats are good for defending guys and they don't have great records and they aren't doing well. But Joe Flacco, all the seasons he had where he didn't have great numbers necessarily, they were typically winning seasons. He goes down a bit of a toilet bowl, right? For the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years of his career, he went 8-8 once, 9-7 once, and then 10 wins, 11 wins, and 12 wins every other season. Obviously, great D, great all that, but if you're winning 11, 12 games, it's a significant play. Super Bowl championship in there, Super Bowl MVP in there at some point.
And to be fair, he never had great weapons. He had Jacoby Jones.
Yeah, but it was always about the defense. It was always
Always about the, and then
defense.
Torrey Smith got in there.
Oh,
and I
yeah.
think
Love that guy.
But that's like, it's not that impressive.
No, he's
They're
a good. He's a
They're
good. He shouldn't be the best receiver on any team. That's the
God,
end of
no.
the deal.
God, no.
So then he has a bad season, 3-7. I'm assuming injury gets her. And then he goes 8-8, 2016. But these are rebuilding years. These are coming off the Super Bowl window. You know, after you have
what
an
year
11,
was the Super Bowl?
That's gonna be
2012. It's got to be
yeah, because 13.
12 or 14. It couldn't have been 13.
13 was when they were 8-8, and then 12 when they won this. 2012 they won the Super Bowl against the Niners. So, but anyway, let's just
22-10. Yeah.
It's less about the numbers here and just the way it happened, right? So 2017, he starts every game? 2017, he starts all 16 games, gets the Ravens to the playoffs, and then they put in Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah, and then he's just done.
So, I'm sorry, but if my options, and then he played for the Broncos for like 4 games, which is just like vomit in my mouth, and then he played for the Jets for like 4 games, which is like spit that vomit out and like.
Actually played kind of decent for the Jets.
Yeah, he was 0-4, but what do you want from the guy?
There were 6 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, 800 yards.
So the last time he had a full season for a team that he wasn't just like a stopgap guy for, he took him to the playoffs, and they didn't even get to play in the playoff game. He didn't even get the chance to win that game. And I'm not fighting the decision because obviously Lamar was a step up.
Yes.
But for me to not think that he's got more in the tank than people are giving him credit for, I think would be wrong.
I can agree with that.
You know, like
he's not a bad QB. He's definitely not a bad QB. I wouldn't say he's a great QB. I wouldn't say he's.
I wouldn't either. I'm talking about
special
in a quarterback competition with Jalen Hurts and Nick Mullen.
Yeah, you should probably give him a shot.
I'm a little annoyed at how it doesn't seem like there's any chance he starts.
He could easily teach Jalen Hurts a thing or two this season.
Sure. He's a vet guy.
And Nick Mullins for that matter.
So after that playoff thing, right? He played one more year in Baltimore, under Lamar. Yeah. He played 9 games. He went 4-5 in those 9 games. In the 9 games, we'll say, it was good though.
Touchdowns, 6 interceptions.
Yeah, 2,500 yards. Yeah.
That he's only had a 2-to-1 touchdown ratio. 1, 2, 3.
Better than average for him. A better season than average for him.
3 times in his entire career, and that was one of them. So
4-5 or 9 games is not bad. And then next year he goes 2-6 with Denver in his 8 games. Rough time, but like, bro, who was on the 2019 Broncos? What? And then 2020 Jets, about the only thing worse. Even then, 6 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, 800 yards in 4 games, 4 starts. It's nothing to sneeze at. It's not great, but it's like, 4 starts with the Jets. It's not bad. They're not seeing 6 touchdowns from anyone else in that roster. So, end of the day, I rest my case. Joe is still an elite dragon.
The elite dragon.
I just think it's a little weird, and you see it happen with guys when they get older, where they get they're out of the league, or they get off a team, and you don't really see. You can see why one team would move on, but they immediately are just like backup role. They're done. I think it's with kind of comparable with Blake to a lesser extent, Mr. The Boat. To a lesser extent, because he's played far worse than Joe in his career, and he's never won a Super Bowl,
But he did.
Again, though,
crazy.
like
he brings him to
one down year,
and then just
one down year, and you're out on the Jacksonville Jaguars, dude. Your entire franchise history is a down year.
Blake Bortles is one of the anomalies that will never make sense to me and why they got him out of Jacksonville. Listen to the stat line. So rookie year, bad season. 11 touchdowns, 17 interceptions, a 69.5 QBR. Bad year.
Bad rookie on a bad team.
The Jags were worse than that. Trust me.
Yep.
We go to 2015. Oh shit. almost 60% completion percentage, 4,400 yards, 35 touchdowns, and 18 interceptions. QBR of 88.2. That's a solid season. That's a very good season. If Kirk put up those numbers this year, I would not be upset about it.
Right.
Go next year, 59% completion percentage, almost 4,000 yards, 23 touchdowns, 16 interceptions, QBR 78.8. Granted, not as good, but you're still playing for the fucking Jacksonville Jaguars. Like, what did he have to throw to? Nothing. He had nothing to throw to. He had no running back. He had Leonard Fournette. I guess that is around the time Leonard Fournette came in. Never mind. He did have a running back. But, like, it's still the Jacksonville Jaguars. It's still the Jaguars.
Yeah, but you have to remember.
He still had 4,000 yards.
And hold on. Let's just keep in mind. Leonard Fournette had one significant year on the Jaguars.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, his rookie year was the only year. I'm not even saying like a great. Leonard Fournette had 1 year as a serviceable running back on the Jaguars, and that happened to be a really, really good year. But every other year he was there, he either didn't play or played like ass, and that's why the Bucs got him on a minimum deal. Like he was not. This season saved his career, and everyone's gonna forget about the 2 years before in Jacksonville, because now he's on an actual. But man, and even regular season Lenny, dude, playoff Lenny. What have you done for me lately? You've done playoff Lenny for me lately. But when he was in Jacksonville, you have to. That was at the time where every single player who was good in Jacksonville was like hopping on a train with like their bowler cap and a suitcase and like a trench coat, like running out of town. Like it was not. It was not. It was the worst franchise to be in. That was like the Jets before the Jets.
2017 comes in, 60% completion percentage, 3,700 yards, 21 touchdowns, 13 interceptions, QBR of 85. 2018, 60% completion percentage, 2,700 yards, 13 touchdowns. So that his 2018 wasn't as good. 13 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, QBR of 80. But this is not someone that you just kick out.
And that's his last season, right?
Yeah. He goes AFC Championship next season, comes in, not great, and then they just get rid of him. Like, just gone. It's like, what the hell happened? No, that is one of the anomalies that I will never understand is how Blake Bortles lost the starting job and just got kicked out of Jags out of nowhere. And then he was never, ever that bad. Nope. He never was.
I'm 100% with you.
Mediocre.
Yep.
But he was never a liability to the team. The whole team was a liability to the team, not him.
Do you know how many guys, no matter how good a roster they have, could not take a team to an AFC game, could not throw, there's so many guys.
So many.
There are not 32 quarterbacks in the NFL that could have taken that Jacksonville team to the AFC Championship. There are not 32.
No. There wasn't even 15 that could do it. Blake Bortles was absolutely a top 15 QB that year.
Oh, that year he was. You could put him in a lot of conversations. If you wanted to get controversial, you could put him in a lot of spots.
That was 2017, right?
Yep, that was the same year because then it was
3,700 yards, 21 touchdowns, 13 interceptions.
The four quarterbacks in the AFC and NFC was Tom Brady, Blake Bortles, Nick Foles, and Case Keenum. Remember that?
Yeah.
What the heck?
Yeah. And that's. If you want to compare Blake Bortles 2017 to anyone, it was Case Keenum. That is the exact season when Case Keenum brought the Vikings to the NFC Championship. That is the exact same stat line that Blake Bortles had, except Case Keenum had a number 1 defense in the Jags. I guess they did have.
They have a good D. They still had.
They had a top 5 D. They had Campbell, Calais.
Yeah, so Calais Campbell. They still had Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah, they still had Jalen.
That's what I was saying. It was before every good player on the team ran out of town.
Yeah, just left.
Ugh. All right. Well, 12:05. Are we done talking about Blake Bortles?
Yeah, I guess we're done talking about football. Hey, that's a hell of a way to kill some time though. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
You were playing the music during the 2K cover thing, weren't you? I was like, which topic was that?
Yeah.
As long as it wasn't our WNBA one.
Oh, we're chilling on that.
12:05. Get the hell out of here, everyone.
Slow day on the show, fellas.
Slow day. It's all good.
It
can't be record breaking on them all, I guess.
We're gonna need big turnout for Friday. We don't embarrass us in front of our special guest.
Oh, everyone's gonna be pumped for the bets on Friday. We get a full slate again. There's like 5 WNBA games. There's like 14 MLB games. We'll get game 5 of NBA on Friday, right? Oh, it's Saturday. Ooh,
frick.
Dumb. But we have everything else, so that's good. All right. Enjoy your Wednesday. Enjoy yet another stupid ass day off of betting. Well, I guess not, because we are betting on the Suns game tonight.
True. We'll do
Good luck, everyone. If you're betting tennis or soccer or Norwegian or Iranian or Iraqian or Bosnian, I don't even know what soccer's going on. Good luck if you bet that. Crazy
fun,
shit.
though.
All those rigged games. Have fun if you're betting Russian ping pong tonight on all of those rigged games. Have fun betting on tennis, because considering that's apparently now rigged. Yeah, I'll just wait for my traditional sports to come back. It's a good couple days off anyways. It was needed.
Yeah.
It was needed.
Yeah.
Even though I don't enjoy it.
I wish there was a sport.
Get out of here. Enjoy game 4 tonight. Enjoy the team WNBA versus team All-Star game. That should be a lot of fun.
pretty cool.
I'm gonna watch it. I don't know where it's being broadcast. CBS. Must be CBS. They're the ones doing all the announcements and shit, so I'm gonna guess it's CBS. Location, TV, ESPN. Nice. ESPN at 7 o'clock tonight. Tune into ESPN at 7 o'clock tonight. WNBA All-Star game. Should be good. A lot of talent. A lot of talent.
Pretty sweet.
All right. Enjoy your Wednesday. We'll see you tomorrow, 10 to 12. As always, heyfellas.co.
Yup.
Go post some in the forum if you're bored and you want to talk sports, because we're bored and want to talk sports. I'll see you guys on Twitter a little bit today. Not a whole bunch. Not much to talk about.
Somebody messed up the planning, man. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, this is unbelievable. You can't just jam sports down our throats all weekend long and then come into a week where there's no sports.
I had one. I want to just slide this in. Literally one sentence that I think is just so sad to hear. The Olympians will have to put their own medals on at the Olympics.
Well, with that depressing news,
Have a great Wednesday, fellas. But could you imagine you won a gold medal?
That's so dumb.
I did it. All right, that's just
and it's just for show too. It's just for show. I'm so sick of the COVID show. Why are basketball players still wearing masks on the court? When they're literally running around doing huddles and shit. Like, stop. Enough with the TV, cinema.
No, but here's the one thing. If it
actually helps, do it.
No, we only do it when it doesn't matter, because I know 100% for a fact you can find one person that doesn't have COVID and have them put the medals on. You can find one person that can put the medals on people, dude. One person. There's got to be one person, and if there's not, then we should not have the Olympics.
We have
rapid
COVID testing. You should just, before the ceremony, just go
find
yourself and be like, oh, you don't have it, you can
person that can put the medals on the people. Don't ruin
some
guy who's been working his entire life to make the Olympics, wins a gold medal, and he has to put it on himself. Are you kidding me?
If it helps with the spread of COVID, absolutely do it. But not putting medals on someone when everyone's COVID vaccination and everyone's getting tested probably 85 times a fucking day, and you can't put a medal on someone because it's not going to look good on TV with the spread of germs.
You can't find one person without COVID to put the medal on. You can't find anybody. Is that where we're at now?
Fuck you, Olympics.
The show's canceled.
I'm sick and tired of it. Like I said, if you're doing something productive for COVID and like the spread of COVID, fine. But I'm so sick and tired of the whole TV bullshit and trying to act like you're doing more than you are, with the players wearing masks, even though when they team huddle, none of them have a mask on and they're all grabbing each other. Like, what the fuck is that? And when they're on the court, they're rubbing up against each other. But when they go on the bench, they have to stand 6 feet away and wear their mask, even though they're like their mask is covering right here and doing absolutely nothing.
Tokyo, I have an offer. I am COVID free. I am not sick. Send me a jet. I will fly out to Tokyo. and I will do the job no one else is willing to do. I'll go out there in my big yellow hazmat suit with my little kirky grabber thing, and I'll go with the tongs. Oh, there you go, man. Congrats.
There you go, man.
Ugh.
We need to get out of here. We have to start moving.
Ugh.
Ugh.
Oh yeah.
New fella studio
Yeah.
though coming.
You'll
next
see.
week. Mm.
Wink. No one's even here, bro. Who are we even talking
fine.
to? We're just talking to ourselves, bro.
It's fine, bro. Keep the show going. I'll keep the party going by myself.
All right. See ya.
All right, yeah, get out of here.
Yeah.
Bye.
All right. Happy Wednesday. Happy Thursday tomorrow. We'll see you then, though. Okay.